I think shortly we've got some folks here on Facebook and YouTube. Welcome, everybody. This is Wendy Harrington from Beacon Creative Lab, joining you for today's Tea Time Talk about growing your small business into a larger business, if that's what you want, or at least a more revenue positive, profit positive enterprise. So that's what we're looking for, right? So we've been talking about authority. And today I'm going to just go through a couple of things related to growing your network and growing your connections. We talked a little bit ago, I think, about how you are all part of a sphere of influence and using that in a way that is successful for you, hopefully win-win for everybody, and just kind of using those ripples to create a nice surge for you to come up on. So I want to draw you a little diagram and just sort of look at how this whole thing works. So let's see if I can do this in a way where y'all can see. So here we have you, right? And then we have another sphere outside, which is the people that you know. Make sure I've got you in here. And then outside of that is the people that they know. And so this is one way to look at it. And it's pretty effective. It certainly works. You want to make lots of connections with the people you know, and then you're hopefully going to get them to come back and give them to you. But there's another way to look at it, I realized. And so we all have multiple spheres. So whether you are, have authority with a very small group of people, or you have an authority on a much bigger scale, there are going to be people who you have influence over, people who believe and trust in you. And, that's a great thing. What we're really trying to do as we grow our business and get more visible isn't necessarily to, come in like, a whole like aggressive force to say, no, I'm the authority. No one else is the authority. That's not the goal. The goal is to have more people recognize what you're good at and what you know. And so it's more about like, here you are as a bubble, and you've got somebody else who has a bubble, and maybe you know some of the same people, but there are a lot of people who you don't know. And then you've got another one. Well, there's a little crossover here. That's great. But you're really just, it's kind of like you're blowing bubbles here. You want to have a lot of these connections where you're overlapping. So, when you're thinking about this, it came to mind for me this morning when I was at a celebration of the 3rd anniversary of a networking group in our area, Holly Springs Small Business Network. And, as I'm talking to people, there are some people that I know and some people that I don't. The whole, purpose of networking is to grow your sphere. And through in-person networking is wonderful. Through online networking, obviously, you can do that too. So how can we help one another be better referrers? How can we make it a little easier, but still be able to manage to do this with the time crunch that we have as small business people without large teams to be able to connect and do all of the tasks that we have in our business? Well, one of the things that I really loved, and I wish I could remember who I picked this up from, but it's a great idea and it's very helpful, is to come up with a blurb, a little paragraph or something short that you can give to people who are your primary referral partners. And when they want to connect you with somebody else, they don't have to reinvent the wheel. They can come up with this little description that's a summary of what it is that you do. Now, ideally, you want to do this in a way that's real professional and personal. And I'm sure that the person who's doing the referring can add something to it about their personal experience. But it just helps sort of, make life a little bit easier for them. So that's definitely one of the tips that I have for you. And think about we went back to a couple of days ago, we were looking at referral partners and making a more conscientious and conscious effort to go to their pages, visit what their posts, and refer, or rather share and comment on their posts to help them become more visible. But you can also take that list of people that you really want to build connections with, or that you already have good connections with. I'm sorry, I realize I'm leaning on the table and probably shaking the video, which could be annoying. Anyway, so you take those people and make a list of the things that they really want. What kind of connections do they want? what kind of people are they looking to, build relationships with? What is it that they want to grow in their business? And, sitting down and having conversations with them about this is certainly a helpful way to go if you don't already know it. And then see if you can identify people in your midst that would be good for them, opportunities. And you can have this as sort of a, just a little checklist. Obviously, you're not going to do this with 100 people unless you have a team that can do it. But, identify your top maybe 5 or 6 people who are or could be really good referral partners for you and you for them, and make this be a little bit more of a routine. And that's a really, positive way to go. Let me make sure I've got some of these other things. Okay, so another way that you can make things a little bit easier for you and for your referral partners is actually to see if you can find a way to sum up a couple of the things you do in a package, or something that's very easy for them to link to. And actually, someone asked me this earlier this week. When they wanted to know a way that they could be a little bit more efficient and direct in referring people to me that they knew, and asked whether I had any packages, so that instead of just passing on a referral overall, they could say, hey, I know Wendy has this package that does XYZ, and I think this would be perfect for you. You should give her a call. She could send it, that person to the link on my website and make it really simple. So, the advantage of packages when it works for your business is that it's also much easier for you to be able to be able to sell, to be able to talk about. It makes something very specific. So obviously, the more specific you are in terms of how you can serve somebody, the more likely it is that they're going to connect with you. So, when it works for your business, a package can work both on the selling side and also on the referral side. And all of these things that we're talking about for referral partners are just as effective with clients. You need to be a little bit more cautious about that. Obviously, you don't want to, kind of abuse the connection, but it happens all too often. Clients are not thinking about whether you are looking for more business or not. And so sometimes you add services or products to your line and they don't know about it unless you are already, doing a good job of your email marketing or connecting with them in some way. But a personal message that says, that something might be of interest to them is certainly one way to go. But some that you have a more sort of one-on-one relationship with, particularly in the B2B space, you can certainly say to them, if there's somebody else that who is looking for a similar service to you, I would love to have a referral at any point. For some people, not necessarily with clients, because this could get kind of tricky, you could set up a referral fee arrangement, almost like a commission, or at least to send a thank you of some kind. Someone who I gave a referral to for, pretty decent sized piece surprised me with, it was a $50 gift card to Etsy. Well, that's kind of a nice thing. It was unexpected. It's not something that you use as a bribe. It needs to come from the heart and be in line with who you are and how you show up, of course. And yet it does help, just make it be that much more likely that the connection will grow and you'll make a kind of a longer term relationship be successful. So let's see. I don't want to keep this video going too long. Couple other things that you might want to think about. And maybe I'll use just sort of use an example. Sometimes the referral partners, if you don't think this way, referral partners can be great when they're your peers also. Now, some of you, I'm sure, already do business, pass on work to other people within your industry, or even partner up if a job is bigger. I was talking to someone this morning who is in the mold remediation space and does some other service as well, and is smaller and partners quite regularly with people who are larger in the space, and they help one another out. It's a great thing to do if you are, that you're going to have a period where you're on vacation or a bunch of your staff is on vacation. To be able to partner is a good idea. And so talking one another up is a way to, again, just put the good karma out there, encourage people to to want to refer you and to know that you're not likely to be the person who's going to say negative things about them. And so the more that you can make that positive energy go out, the better off that you're going to be. And you can, even with a peer, you can specifically focus in on, okay, what is it that you're trying to grow? Where would be, kind of your sweet spot? What do I really want to grow? And how can we work together to help one another, kind of scratch each other's back? So somebody had remarked that it seems maybe it's a more today kind of way of approaching your business, and that they had found that years ago that was not the case, that it was much more of a hold your secrets close, to be protected from competitors. And I think people are realizing more that we each have something to bring. We enjoy working with different kinds of clients, and so there's something different that we bring to the table, and that's a great thing. So think about referral partners, make it easy for them, and those are the tips for today when it comes to building authority. We're going to look tomorrow, I believe, at branding and how sometimes it's actually your branding that is undercutting your authority, and how that is, and then what you can do about it. So if you have questions on any of this, I hope you'll let me know. Wendy Harrington from Beacon Creative Lab, and hopefully I'll get to see you sometime soon, either in person or somewhere on one of these airwaves. Thanks so much, everybody. I'll talk to you soon. Ending there, ending here.